Welcome to this presentation from Pathways, the Uni Connect partnership operating across Leicester, Leicestershire and Rutland. In this presentation, we're going to introduce the Office for Students Uni Connect programme and how the teams across England may be able to support your learners over the next few academic years. This is what we're going to cover. So we'll start off by looking broadly at what the Uni Connect programme is, who the partnerships are, how they can support, and throughout we'll be signposting to further resources. So Uni Connect brings together 29 partnerships of universities, colleges and other local partners to offer activities, advice and information on the benefits and realities of going to university or college. Phase 1 of the programme started in January 2017 and ran until July 2019. It aimed to support the government's social mobility goals by rapidly increasing the number of young people from underrepresented groups who go into higher education. Partnerships focus their work on local areas where higher education participation is lower than might be expected, given the GCSE results of the young people who live there. Phase 2 of the programme started on the 1st of August 2019 and is due to finish at the end of July 2021. Building on Phase 1, it supports two main strands of activity: targeted higher education outreach within the local areas where we can have the most impact, and these are the same areas targeted under Phase 1. And the second strand is on outreach hubs within the 29 local partnerships with cross-England coverage to help schools and colleges access the higher education outreach they need and provide a platform for wider collaboration. Since the start of the programme, the aims of the project have been around ensuring that students across England receive impartial information, advice and guidance on all higher education routes, not just university. And this is to reduce the gap in higher education participation between the most and least represented groups. The programme is intended to complement and add value to the work that higher education providers undertake through their access and participation plans, in particular, work that is best delivered in collaboration. This helps support young people to make well-informed decisions about their future education. There's also an aim around contributing to a stronger evidence base around what works in higher education outreach and strengthen evaluation practice in the sector. The main focus of Uni Connect during Phase 1 and 2 was to provide targeted higher education outreach to young people in years 9 to 13 living in particular geographic areas, as well as hubs for broader HE information to schools, colleges and community groups in all local authorities. 997 target areas were identified across England. And these are areas that have low levels of young participation in HE, given their attainment rates, as well as their ethnicity, or low levels of young participation rate to HE, given attainment levels only. This map shows all of the Uni Connect partnerships across England, and I've highlighted Pathways, as this is the University of Leicester's Teachers' Conference, and here we are in the East Midlands. We'll look in a little more detail now at the targeted outreach and the outreach hubs. So to start with targeted outreach, Uni Connect focuses on this because the level of young people aged 18 and 19 entering higher education in England varies across the country. We use research on these areas with an unexplained gap in participation to determine where investment can be targeted to boost the numbers of young people from these areas going into higher education. Most partnerships have a suite of activities they deliver to engage and inspire young people to progress into higher education. The work our outreach hubs do is threefold. Firstly, we help teachers and advisors find out about the outreach activity available in the area by acting as a point of contact and information for all secondary schools and colleges in their geographic remit. We host a website with details of the local outreach offer and other information to support schools and colleges. Secondly, we support schools and colleges in areas of low participation to access higher education outreach by engaging with schools and colleges to understand their outreach needs, facilitate access to existing outreach provision, either locally or nationally. We work collaboratively to help develop new or expand outreach provision to meet identified needs, using the combined resources of the providers in the area and drawing on the investment set out in their access and participation plans where appropriate. Finally, the outreach hubs can provide a platform for other local collaborative activity by engaging strategically with local authorities, local enterprise partnerships, employers and others to understand the landscape of educational disadvantage, high-level skills needs and joined-up careers advice in the area. This may be through developing innovative and locally tailored approaches to address the challenges identified through the above engagement, drawing in additional funding to support this. All the Uni Connect partnerships have a remit to contribute evaluation of their activities to help build up a national picture on what works. In order to do this, partnerships have an evaluation framework that outlines the objectives they are working towards and what outcomes they are anticipating with the activities and interventions they run. Uni Connect partnerships also track the students they work with to see their progress into higher education. Each partnership has a target to work with at least 20% of their target ward students each academic year in a sustained and progressive programme of outreach activity. If you are working with your local Uni Connect partnership, then they may ask for student data, including postcode, gender, or ethnicity. This is to help build up the national picture of who is progressing to higher education and why. Each partnership, along with the Office for Students, will produce reports summarising new findings or insights. In May 2021, several reports were published by the Office of Students, outlining how the programme has been working over the past 4 years. This will build the foundation of work moving forward into Phase 3 and beyond. So after careful consideration of more than 350 consultation responses from Uni Connect partnerships, schools, universities, colleges and other organisations, the OFS has decided to support the Uni Connect programme until the end of the academic year 2024 to 2025. This is subject to annual funding allocations, and the idea is that we will continue to help teachers and advisors to access the higher education outreach in their area by signposting to local provision and filling gaps in provision. There's a new focus on adult learners in FE colleges, and Phase 3 will give a stronger role to further education colleges within the partnerships and more focus to those adult learners. The proposals seek to strengthen work with adults and support different routes into higher education, including studying higher level apprenticeships, level 4 and level 5 technical education. Most respondents agreed with the proposed approach, and from a staffing and project point of view, this is really good news. It means that there should be some continuation of the work that's already been going on with schools and colleges in the local area. So as we focused on the national picture, I'd like to just spend this last slide talking about pathways and the work we do across Leicester, Leicestershire and Rutland. As a partnership, we have taken a local approach to the needs of our schools and colleges that we work with. We've established partnership relations with target schools who, our data suggests, teach large numbers of students in our target wards. Our team work with our schools to provide supporting workshops or sessions built on their specific careers plans, and we signpost at other events taking place that may benefit the school or college. During the school holidays, we run masterclasses based on subjects or skills areas that our schools have identified are missing from the broader curriculum. This includes science clubs where students can achieve the Bronze Crest Award, or arts clubs where they can meet professionals and working in the creative industry. We've even run events around emergency medicine too. While these events are open to all students across Leicester, Leicestershire and Rutland, we do give priority to those living in our target wards or who have broad WP characteristics, such as first in family to go on to higher education or who are on free school meals. Finally, our website does a lot of our hub work for us. We have a bank of resources and also virtual tours of our partner higher education institutions for students to explore in class or at home. Finally, we have piloted a few CPD sessions with local authority staff, corporate parents, and have helped schools upskill some of their staff to level 3 careers, information, advice and guidance qualifications. Over on the Pathways social media, we have loads of content designed to help students learn more about the range of higher education options available to them. Our Instagram has got lots of student ambassador content that gives an insight into student life, and we also advertise a number of our own events on there too. Twitter is often used to signpost and raise awareness of opportunities going on across different areas. And we've also got our main website, which signposts to our events and resources that can be used to research future decisions. Finally, if you have any questions or would like to get in touch to find out more, then please do email us and one of the team will be able to get back to you. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're able to find out more about your local Uni Connect partnership after this video.